Alright guys, I finally got paint in. It only took 8 days. So now I can roll this piece of junk out, probably over here, and start getting it painted up. I'm gonna have to move all these boxes because I've been getting a lot of parts in the mail, as well as there's a cylinder head right there, but we're waiting on another cylinder head, so, and all the parts from Toyota. We haven't gotten none of the Toyota parts yet. I got an email today, but I think it's still gonna take 14-ish days before they send stuff out or something like that, so it's gonna be a little while. But I got one cylinder head, waiting on another, waiting on Toyota stuff, but I'm gonna start painting today. So let me get this engine out, move some of this trash, and I will do some painting. Be right back. I painted her up. Let me grab a light so I can show you a little bit better, and let me flip this camera around. Got a little flashlight here. Alright. This is gonna be passenger side of the block here. I'll paint it up. Like I said, I have these two freeze plug, or the two plugs right there. I have brand new ones coming in, so it's okay to have those painted. They're gonna be removed. We the front of the block, looking very good. And then driver's side of the block, I also have that water plug right there. I have the oil cooler delete, so I have a plug for that. And then I taped this plug off also, but I have a new one of those coming in from Toyota also. So this is driver's side of the block here. And then rear of the block is also done, painted. Kind of hard to see inside of there, but everything's all nice and primered up, as well as the top. Everything came out good. This is the Eastwood paint here. Let's see, put my light back up here. It's the Eastwood 2K Aerospray engine paint. So we just used the primer a little bit earlier. Then we'll hit it with this gloss black tomorrow. It's not like a normal can of spray paint either. You have to take this little rubber or plastic cap off and set it down, and then you have to push that in like that, so it like releases air or something into there, so then you can spray. It's a very nice paint. It's a really high quality paint. It's already dry in like 20 minutes. Super dry, so it works good. But yep, that's it for now. So in a couple hours, I'll probably throw some black on it, and then in the morning, we'll get to installing some parts. So for now, this is what we got. I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the black paint, the actual coating now. Same kind of paint, 2K Aerospray from Eastwood. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake this up for a couple minutes, and then get this bad mamma jam all painted. And then tomorrow I'll be able to do like the freeze plugs and set up some of my oil stuff, because I got the oil delete and a few other small things. So let me paint this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty fumy in here right now. Just sprayed down the whole engine block. It's the rear, inside. Might need to do a little more touch up here. I got the can over there, so yeah, I'm gonna have to hit it with a little touch up, but other than that, it's looking good. Let it dry for a little bit, and then see what I need to do. If I need to hit it with some more touch-up paint, I can. But for now, looking good. Alright guys, it's only been like a week and a half, And I finally got another can of this freaking engine paint. So I'm gonna run over. See, still got some primer in here. The bottom half here looks amazing right here. As you can see, it's like perfect, but then you can see there's still primer. It's like flat, not so shiny, so there's still primer there. I'm gonna get this tape down a little bit. But yeah, other than that, it's almost done. I figured one more can would finish it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this with one more can, and then I'll show you when I'm done. Alright guys, it's a new day. Well, it's a new week actually. It's been a long week. I've had a pretty rough week, so I've been kind of slacking on the videos, but I did get the engine painted. It's a huge freaking mess up here because yesterday I was working on the truck. I guess we could start with that. Yesterday. Okay. So yesterday on the truck, we had a couple oil leaks going on, mainly out of the transfer case. The four-wheel drive shifter was leaking. The speedometer cable was leaking out of like the O-ring that it mounts on. For the speedo gear to go into the transfer case, the O-ring there was leaking, and then the oil cooler was leaking. So I got the four-wheel drive shifter gasket, so I replaced that. That's the old one. And there's an O-ring right there for the speedometer cable. We replaced that, and then all three of those O-rings, and then the oil cooler we replaced. And I did a full flush on the system and put the red Toyota coolant back in there because the previous owner had green coolant, and when I undid the oil cooler, all the oil in the motor drained out, so I just replaced it with red coolant because that's what you need. So anyways, back to the 5VZ. Let me flip the camera around. You can see what I did. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, I guess we'll start on this side of the engine. Installed the new freeze plugs from Powerhouse Racing. Those are billet freeze plugs for a 2JZ, but they fit in the 5VZ all the way around except the two that go in the rear of the block. Those I'm going to replace with new ones. I replaced the drain cock and the block plug there, as well as on the other side. Well, let's get up here. I also put the freeze plugs up here. The heater tube is at the powder or at the sandblaster at the moment, so I don't have that in. I need to blow it with air because there's a little bit of shit in there. I don't know, must have had something in my towel. I had it covered with a towel, so. And then on the driver's side here, you can see we installed the oil cooler delete and we plugged it up, as well as I put a new plug down here in the oil passage, and I installed my oil filter relocation kit that I've been holding on to, and I just put a couple what are they, block off plugs. These are stainless steel, kind of hard to read, stainless steel 316 block plugs. So I just put those in there so nothing gets in there, since that's part of the oil system. I don't want nothing in there. Also, plugs installed here. I cleaned off all the spots where the bolts go because I want a nice clean mounting surface, and I don't want to damage the paint. It'd be kind of silly to mount something on there and take it off and then the paint look kind of stupid, which it doesn't look bad. This is the Eastwood 2K gloss black engine paint, and it looks freaking amazing. As you can see, this thing is labeled also oil coming in, and then right there says oil coming out, so you know which is going in. It's going to go out into the other side of this, which is where the filter goes, and then the filter out will go into a oil cooler, and then it'll come right back into here. So then there's no actual coolant in my oil cooling system, and I should be able to get a bigger oil cooler than the little one that was on there. But other than that, I do have both my cylinder heads right here. These are the AutoZone specials, so don't judge me on that. You got 2868, 2848, and then up here on top of this big hectic mess I got going on, these are the intake manifold gaskets from Toyota. You see them there. Toyota. That's also a Toyota gasket. And then you got these here are cylinder head gasket. There's one, and then there's another one underneath it right there. One cylinder head gasket. So 2 head gaskets, intake manifold gaskets, just the 3 intake manifold gaskets to mount it on the head, and the one that goes on top because I'm getting that supercharger, so I don't need the other 2 gaskets for the upper plenum. This I still have not cleaned off. I know that piece is extremely expensive, but I haven't cleaned it because I'm unsure what I'm gonna do with that. I don't want to blast it because I don't want anything in the bearing, and that dry ice blasting dude wanted like $100 and something an hour and said it was going to take like a couple hours. So that route we didn't go. I'm going to move this over here, and I'll move this, and then I can show you what else we have. This is 5 VZE swap parts here, so it's kind of hard to start somewhere. In this box right here that says hoses, as you can see, it's from right there, Off-Road Solutions. So from Off-Road Solutions, we went ahead and ordered a few hoses. I have the high pressure power steering hose. We got the clutch line. Let's see. I got the field line and the union to connect us to the 5EZ, and then I have the other power steering line that goes from the gearbox to the ABS actuator. So we have all these new hoses, and then put this out of here. I have Asian water pump. There's a timing belt right there. Here's the lower cover, and then the upper cover, I have to order a new one still. Here is the lower plate. The upper plate is still getting sandblasted. Those right there, those ones are for a 2RZ. When I was building a turbo 2RZ, I kept that because it looked good hanging on the wall. Inside this box here, you have a couple different parts. So when I ordered the ARP head studs, because that's what these are, let's see. It's not, I don't know, it's not easy to unfold stuff with one hand. These are ARP head studs for the cylinder heads that I have, and they did not come with the 2 Allen key bolts that sit inside the cylinder head towards the rear, so I ordered 2 of them from Toyota. So you can see there's the part number. So we got those and the head studs right here. Those will get installed probably when I do these heads today. So yeah, like I said, water pump right there, Asian. There is a water pump gasket, I think. If there's not, then I have I bought a Tuba RTV. Don't know if I'm going to use it today, but inside this box, this is full of good stuff. This is more than just the clutch master. So you got factory Toyota clutch master gasket. I bought 2, and I kept the Toyota package with the other one as a spare. And then you get a brand new OEM Toyota clutch ball. Alright, so you got the master, and this is the slave cylinder. So I have the slave cylinder, the master, brand new boot. Try to put that in there. The ball and the gasket, and then you have a brand new clutch fork. Also, Toyota. We're getting a lot of OEM parts on this because they seem to last longer, and we're going to be putting some boost on this engine. Okay, let me try to close that back. So yeah, we're using a lot of OEM stuff because we're going to be running some boost, and I don't want to have any issues. This box is full of stuff. Down there you got the oil pump with a gasket. The cool thing about the water pump and the oil pump is we are replacing the bolts. There's the oil pump and the O-ring, and we're replacing all the bolts with ARP bolts. So these are all the oil pump bolts, and then there's one bigger bolt right there at the top, and then same with the water pump. Ooh, careful, that's an expensive piece. Same with the water pump. So there's a gasket, and there's a water pump, and then the ARP bolts for said water pump. The ARP stuff you don't have to do. That's an expensive option that I chose to do because I do it on all my engines. When you replace a part, I want people to know I actually replace the part, so I typically replace the bolts. This is the only seal that is not a Toyota seal. I guess the rear main seal from Toyota was discontinued, so this is an old 3VZ seal, but apparently 3VZ, 5VZ has the same rear main seal, so we're gonna go ahead and use that because I have one. I bought 3 of these, not sure why, but these are the gaskets that go behind the timing cover, the rear timing cover, and then they also sit around the mounts, so the mounts seal on the cylinder, or on the engine block, and then on the cylinder heads. So this is like a seal, as well as in the rear for this rear heater, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do something, I'm going to modify this a little bit so I can run wire harness in here for my knock sensors, and then I think I'm just going to cut and weld a AN bung on the line, but gaskets. And then there's the O2 harness that I probably won't, or not O2, this is the knock sensor harness that I'm probably not going to use because I'm going to use a Haltech, and I'm going to upgrade to their knock sensors. Then this is where it gets kind of crazy. Timing tensioner bolt, which I have tensioners in here. I think they're in here. So yeah, there's timing tensioner right there. Bolt, not the tensioner. Here's the 4 like spacers for the fuel rail. And then in this bag, there's a couple different Toyota parts. I have cam seals, and then the rear main, or the rear cam caps. And then right there, that's the seal that goes in the oil pump, I believe. So there's those. Obviously throttle body gasket and a water neck gasket, and that is the O-ring for the air idle control valve on the throttle body. Two of those are camshaft bolts, and then the cylinder heads don't come with the dowel pins that go inside the camshafts that line the cam gear, so those are brand new from Toyota also. And then in here you have 3 Toyota fuel rail bolts, brand new, and then also 6 of the gaskets for the fuel rail. And then in this bag, this one bolt right here, I forget what it goes to, but it has that stupid recess in it right there, that lip, and I had to buy one because ARP doesn't have them this short with a lip on it. Yeah, I forget what that holds up. I'm gonna have to look it up again. These two bolts also, I don't know what these are for, but you can see they also have the set head, but I can probably replace these with ARP, so these I probably won't use. And then, what do we got in here? Here is that washer for the tensioner bolt. Brand new crank bolt. Here's the fuel pressure regulator from Toyota, but we're not going to use that. Instead of this fuel pressure regulator, we're going to put this Turbo Smart billet fuel pressure block off. Well, it's not really a block off, it just changes the fuel pressure to an AN line, so I can run an AN line, and then I can run a Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator and plug that into my Haltech. So there's that. And then in here we have, there should be two of these. This is passenger side head. You have two billet half moons and the plate that holds the cam caps in. We have two of those. So there's one. Here's the rear block, freeze plugs. These are the original from Toyota, 35 millimeters. Actually, no, these are from LC Engineering, as well as the header studs that we probably won't use. These are the bolts from Toyota for all those little plastic covers. And then this is just wire protector. Alright, right here, driver's side head, you have a billet oil cap, and then you have those billet half moons, and the old plate, couple engine lift brackets from a LS. Here's one pulley. Here's the other pulley. Here's the bearing, fuel filter, and that's a Toyota thermostat. So yeah, lots of good parts in here. Let's try to put all this back, because today we don't really need any of this. Maybe I'll use the stuff for the, maybe I'll use these bolts, so we'll leave them on top, because I might need those to put the cans in. So put this back. And yeah, that's all the parts we got right now. Old heads are going to get out of here as soon as I put the new ones on later. And then later today, I'll put these on. We'll record that. And then, yeah, that's it for now. All right, yep, that's it for now, guys. It's been a long week, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting this back together. I need to bust out the torque wrenches, though, because I'm going to have to torque these down. The ARP head studs say hand tighten the head studs in, don't torque them down, and then you torque down the nuts. So that's going to be kind of new. Usually you torque down bolts, so this will be the first time I don't actually torque down a head stud. Kind of weird, but that's what the instructions say. So they said just snug them down, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to snug them down, and I'm going to hope for the fucking best. Alright guys, I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.